The show must go on safely as theaters reopen in parts of the world. Actors like our very own Joanna Ampil are back on stage as the industry copes with the pandemic. Let's find out more from Joanna. She joins us live from the UK. Joanna, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me again. Good evening.
So, Joanna, we spoke to you last year. You were in South Korea in the Cats musical, and now you're in the UK with a reimagined South Pacific musical. What a blessing to be in musical theater during this pandemic.
I know. I never take any day for granted. I feel so blessed. And yes, I am in this amazing production of South Pacific, which is a 2021 version, really, which is so relevant in this day and age. So yeah, I'm counting my blessings every day.
So tell us, as an actress playing the role of Grisabella in Cats, now you are Bloody Mary in South Pacific. How did it change your mindset and emotionally getting into the character?
You kind of have to completely forget about Grisabella and try to step into the shoes of Bloody Mary. I mean, I suppose that's what every actress does, you know. So I just had to completely forget about being a cat and try to be this other character. But yeah, the great thing about this is we have an amazing director, Daniel Evans, who helped me a great deal by immersing myself into the character, and also a brilliant choreographer, Ann Yi, who is also part of the creative team.
So what has it been like in the UK now, where musical theater has restarted during the pandemic? Because, you know, when I go to London, I mean, West End is the lifeblood of theater.
Yeah, correct. Well, most of the shows are now on full capacity. We're very lucky because we are in Chichester, where the numbers of cases are down. So touch wood, we haven't had any cases at all in our industry. So we were able to open the show and kept it open for how many weeks now? 3 weeks, I think we've been playing. So yeah, we've been very, very blessed in that way. I mean, some shows in London have opened and closed due to COVID, but reopening. But we are now on full capacity. But of course, we're still making sure that we follow the protocols. We're advocating masks. We're encouraging people to wear masks inside the theater. So that's where we are able to continue.
And for the actors and the actresses, Joanna, is everyone fully vaccinated before a performance?
Yes,
do you have to be tested?
Most of us are I'm fully vaccinated. And they're encouraging everyone in the cast to be fully vaccinated. And every time we interact with the audience, we wear masks as well. And then we take it off as we get on stage. So yeah, that's what we do.
Well, in the Philippines, until today, I mean, we've been talking about this for months. Still no mass gatherings at concert halls or theaters. And of course, we're going to have another lockdown from August 6th to the 20th due to this Delta variant. Going forward, what can the government and the private sector learn a thing or two from your experience in South Korea and in the UK? Because many of your industry colleagues here continue to be affected by the lockdowns.
Well, it is very possible, because when we were in South Korea, there was this documentary that was being filmed. We were being filmed whilst we were rehearsing. Basically, South Korea has got the best template when it comes to following protocols and following government guidelines. So we were kind of like the example of, it was Cats at that time and Phantom of the Opera. So we were the only two at that point which were being presented in the world out of all the live performances. So this particular documentary will actually be presented in New York.
Right.
August 9. They will open Broadway's Majestic Theater to accommodate the audience, masked and fully vaccinated audience members. And they will present this documentary, which is a year in the making. And it will, of course, kick off the eventual worldwide distribution of the film, which will be announced and to follow soon.
All right. And you mentioned about the documentary, Joanna. Let's watch a portion of this documentary which is called The Show Must Go On.
It's really important for us to have live theatre alive.
We've been living on a little bit of a knife edge every day.
It's going to be a very hard journey.
The numbers have started to go up. We are now 1 week out from opening.
It's also possible that we might get shut down.
When the dawn comes,
We had no idea if people were going to turn up.
Theatre is essential to the human experience.
Wow, it has really been a very difficult 1.5 years for many of your colleagues around the world in musical theater, Joanna.
But it is possible, Rico.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why we filmed this documentary, because we want to present to the world that if we just follow the protocols and we just follow the rules, it is possible to present to the world, even if it's not full capacity, even if it's just socially distanced. You know, it is possible to have a live performance, because it's so essential to our mental health as well. So I encourage producers to just, you know, keep theater going, keep live performances going.
And we're looking forward to watching the live stream of the reimagined South Pacific online very soon.
This is a very different South Pacific because it's a reimagined version. So there's no stereotype here, there's no cliche. So it's going to be very interesting to watch. We have 8 dates of streamed events, which will start from August 4 and it will finish on September 3. The actual live performance is carrying on right now in Chichester Festival Theatre, and that goes on until September 5. So please check the website of Chichester Festival, which is cft.org.uk. Or if you just want to Google it, which is easier, just write South Pacific Chichester Stream, and you'll find out the information about the streamed events.
Joanna, we are indeed very, very proud of you. Congratulations for being one of the stars in this reimagined Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, South Pacific, in the UK.
Thank you for having me, Rico.